Hey yo, what's up guys? I'm back. I know it's been a little while. I just haven't gotten around to making a new video. I've been a little lazy, but it's all right. We're back. I got a brand new build. This build I have been running for a while now, and I'm going to tell you what, I put this one together on a whim because I wanted to try something very different and use something that has not been meta or thought to be even a good ability or skill tree. I'll give it a heal. The heal part of it has been always one of the greatest heals. I have been running this build for a while. It is doing so good. I did not expect it to do this good. I thought I was going to put it together, have some fun with it, and then move on to the next build, but I just can't change builds from this. This thing has just been doing so well. I have to make a video about it because one, everybody always asks me about it on the stream, and two, I just feel like there's so many people out there that miss range magblade that are going to see this and want to try it because it is so surprisingly good. So guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the build and let me know what changes you're going to make to it to give it a shot for how you want to play it. And without further ado, let's get right into these attribute points. So here we are with our attribute points. We have 41 into mag. That gives us a good size mag pool here. We have a lot of stuff that we need that mag for, so this helps us out a lot. Then we have 23 into HP. This is very strong for us in the open world PvP. You can make adjustments for this however you want, but like I said, I like to make my builds around open world PvP. And then into stamina we have 0 because we have a great base stam pool here and it works really well for us. And we are a stage 3 vampire on this build, guys. We have the shadow for our Mundus stone and we are a Khajiit Nightblade. This is almost necessary if you want to play Nightblade because the amount of crit that you get by being a Nightblade is just too big to pass up being a Khajiit with that extra crit damage you get from being a Khajiit with the Shadow Mundus. And of course, guys, we are running the Orzorga's Smoked Bear Haunch like we always do. You know the vibes. And now, guys, let's get into the skill trees. Here we are, guys. We are running Assassination. We got Master Assassin, increases your critical chance rating against enemies you are flanking by 1,448, increasing your chance to critically strike by 6.6%. Then we have Executioner. When an enemy dies within 2 seconds of being damaged by you, you restore 1,000 mag and stamina. And Pressure Points increases your critical chance rating by 548 for each assassination ability slotted, increasing your chance to critically strike by 2.5% per ability. And Hemorrhage increases your critical damage by 10%. Another critical damage increase. Dealing critical damage grants you and your group Minor Savagery, increasing your weapon crit rating by 1,314 for 20 seconds. Now, guys, we have Siphoning here. This here, we have Catalyst. After drinking a potion, you gain 22 ultimate magicka blood. Increase your max mag and stam by 6% when you have a siphoning ability slotted. Soul Siphoner increases your healing done by 3% for each siphon ability slotted. Transfer casting a siphoning ability while in combat generates 2 ultimate. This effect can occur once every 4 seconds. And last but not least, guys, we have Storm Calling. Capacitor increases your health, mag, and stam recovery by 141. Energized increases your physical and shock damage by 5%. Amplitude increases your damage done against enemies by 1% for every 10% current health they have. Expert Mage increases your weapon and spell damage by 108 for each sorcerer ability slotted. All right, guys, that is enough for the skill trees. Now let's get over to the gear so we can show you guys exactly why we have siphoning on our character. All right, guys, so we're going to start with our bodied set. We have the creme de la creme of this build. This is Soul Cleaver. We are running it chest, hands, waist, legs, and boots. It gives us 2 lines of weapon and spell damage, 1 line of max mag, and while in combat, it strengthens your siphoning abilities at the cost of ultimate, increasing the damage and healing of siphoning abilities by 21%. Reduces the cost of siphoning abilities by 21%, and casting a siphoning ability drains you of 1 ultimate. But as you saw from the skill tree, and when you light attack, you gain ultimate from light attacking an enemy, and you gain ultimate from not only using a potion, but also using a siphoning ability every 4 seconds because of the passives in the siphoning tree. And then we have on our front bar, Batishran's Perfected lightning staff with sharpening to increase our spell and physical pen. Also, this increases your offensive penetration by 1200 and casting weakness of elements on a target within 15 meters of you causes a surge of elemental energy that tethers between you and them for 10 seconds, dealing basically 1300 flame shock and frost damage every 1 second, which increases by 1% every time it does damage. So that is insane. Then guys, on our back bar we have Rallying Cry, which has 2 lines of increase crit chance and 1 line of increase magicka, and we all know what this does. When your healing critically strikes while battle spirit is active, you and group members within 12 meters gain 1650 crit resistance and 300 weapon and spell damage for 20 seconds. Guys, have one piece Gajalnars on. That is to give us a little bit of extra weapon and spell damage. I just put on Gaze of Sithis because I used to use this back in the day in the open world PvP, and it has been doing very well for me. This thing makes me very tanky, and it makes it very easy for me to focus on dealing damage. And as you can see guys, like always, red here is the heavy, so we're doing 3 heavy. The green is the medium, we're doing 3 medium, and then 1 light on the waist. Now that you guys can see all the details of the gear, the enchantments, and the traits right here, let's get into the champion points of this build. Guys, we are using for warfare, Untamed Aggression, increases your weapon and spell damage by 150. Duelist rebuff reduces your damage taken by single target attacks by 6%. Master at Arms increases your damage done with direct damage attacks by 6%. Fighting Finesse increases your critical damage and critical healing by 8%. Then for fitness, we have Survival Instincts. While afflicted with a status effect, your core combat abilities cost 25% less. Sustained by Suffering increases your health, mag, and stam recovery by 150 while under effects of status effects. Pain's Refuge reduces your damage taken by 2% for every 2 negative effects active on you, up to a maximum of 20%. And then Fortified, which increases our armor because again, we cannot block and we are always going to have a major and a minor breach on us. So the more that I can stack up my armor on this build, the better, because knowing that I can't block, but knowing that I will still remain close-ish to mid to high 20,000 resistances is all I need to survive, and it works very well. Alright guys, now that we've gotten through all the champion points, let's go over our skills. First, we're starting off with Streak. Turns you into a pure energy, you flash forward, deal 4,500 shock damage, and you stun the enemy for 3 seconds. Every time you cast it within 4 seconds, it increases the mag cost by 33%. Swallow Soul steals the enemy's life force, deals 6.5k magic damage, and heals you for 38% of the damage inflicted every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. So guys, not only does this do a lot of damage with this build, this also consistently heals you. I was in a 1v1 the other day and I only used my burst heal twice in the whole 1v1 because all of my passive healing on this build healed me for about 60% of my overall healing. We have Relentless Focus, don't even need to say anything. Major Prophecy and Major Savagery. Every time you light attack, you gain a stack of it, and you only need 4 stacks to shoot one of these off, and you basically could shoot 3 of these off if you have 10 stacks. It's a very balanced skill. Ellie Susceptibility. This is how we activate our Vatterstrand's Perfected Lightning Staff. It puts all burned, chilled, concussion status effects for 7.5 seconds, and it leaves a major breach on the enemy for 30 seconds. Then we have Camo Hunter, guys. I know you guys are thinking, I already have Major Prophecy and Savagery. Why do I have this on? I'm stupid. That's not the reason I'm stupid. A lot of people don't know this, but you also gain Minor Berserk for 5 seconds after dealing critical damage from an enemy's flank. So this skill basically gives us Minor Berserk and 3% increase to our weapon and spell damage because it's a fighter's guild ability. Then we have Soul Tether, guys. This here is an AoE ultimate. It deals 11,000 damage, as it says here, healing for half the damage and stunning enemies for 4 seconds. Then guys, Siphoning Attacks. So this is also reduced cost because Soul Cleaver. So I can spam this a lot and get a lot of my resources back. It's amazing. Crit Surge. So you guys know this is your Major Brutality and Sorcery for 33 seconds. And when you deal critical damage, which is pretty much all the damage you do. You heal for 3,600 health, and it occurs every 1 second. So again, guys, having crit surge, resolving vigor, swallow soul, this build will just heal you for free, because relentless focus also heals you for 36% of the damage dealt. And we have hurricane, which gives us our major resolve and minor expedition and healthy offering. I hit somebody with a 27,000 heal from this, and temporal guard for that minor protection at all times. All right, guys, there are many combos for this build, but I'm going to tell you a very easy, straightforward, basic one. You're going to want to make sure you have all your buffs up, have 10 stacks of your relentless focus, get that Ellie susceptibility tethered between you and the enemy, do a light attack weave, swallow soul, streak the enemy, hit that first relentless focus, light attack weave, a swallow soul, do your second relentless focus, another light attack weave, swallow soul. Make sure you're close to the enemy, because by this point in time you should be able to stun them again, and if not, wait until you can. Hit that soul tether, get that last relentless focus off, and you should be able to streak quick and either swallow soul or Ellie susceptibility, whichever one you feel like in that moment. It's gonna, 1, do enough damage, 2, not be roll dodged. So that is what I do when it comes to combination on this build, guys. Guys, thank you so much for checking out my content. I do apologize that I haven't been on YouTube in a long time. I really love putting out YouTube content. Sometimes life gets in the way. I really hope you guys enjoy this magblade build. This thing brought me back to pre-hybridization. Just trust me, this makes magblade feel fun and viable. But thanks again, guys. I really hope you enjoy this build. I enjoyed making it for you, and I can't wait to see you guys again next time. Make sure you check out the Twitch channel, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.